Hi, welcome back. Before we start this session, if you have liked all our videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you. So as you know, in our last video, we talked about what are the main ways in which we can value an asset. And we saw that there are three main ways in which you can value an asset. One was intrinsic value, one was relative valuation or comparables, and third was real options. Now in this video, I'm going to talk about what you shouldn't be doing when you value an asset. Okay. Now, before I get there, let me also introduce you one very interesting method that's in fashion, and that's called VC method, meaning venture capital method. Now, in what you do is you take a comparable, let's say EV to sales. Okay. You project your sales for 5 years because you think that in 5 years VC will get an exit. And you multiply that particular multiple with that sales, you get some number, EV, and you discount it back to get that value. Now, check with your VC friends or contacts if they really use VC method to set up their pre-money valuation. And I would wager that the answer is no. VCs do not use VC method. Okay, there might be exceptions, I don't know, but with whosoever I have talked, none have mentioned that they are using VC method to calculate the pre-money valuation, right? So why I'm telling this? So let's get into the next part, that what you shouldn't be doing when you value, okay? We discussed that we value an asset using intrinsic value when we have a vision for the long term. You use relative valuation or comparable or multiples when you have a short-term view. Why? Because if the market is booming, your multiples will change. If there is a crisis, your multiples will change, right? We also understood why we use real options, right? To capture the value of flexibility. You have VC method, which is masquerading as a mix of comparable and kind of a DCF, right? These are apples and oranges. So the worst thing that you could do is take a weighted average of all this and give a value to your client or to your boss or whoever is. Why? Because as we discussed, all have their own place in valuation, right? So DCF has its own place, comparable has its own place, real options have its own place in valuation, right? One of the answers that I get it is that if we calculate a value using intrinsic valuation, we are not sure, that that's the value. You are right. We are not sure that, that's the value because nobody can 100% predict the future. So my question to you is that how are you right if you take a weighted average of all these apples and oranges? You could be equally wrong if you take the weighted average as I am. But when we do intrinsic value, our objective is that how less wrong I am in comparison to others. That's our objective, right? And if you are really worried about that your valuation could be wrong, you need to manage that uncertainties, right? You could have uncertainties in the price, you could have uncertainties in the market share and so on. Those uncertainties are best captured by simulation, where you put a probability distribution. Why? Because future is a probability distribution. Many things can happen. You do not know which one can happen, but you have a certain sense of that, there is a chance that, this could happen in the future. And it has a high likelihood of happening it, right? So thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.